Hi, and welcome to Jazz Behind the Scenes. Every year, communities and local acts get involved in St. Lucia Jazz, adding local flavor to the international event. Let's see how it happens.
Community events do their own production, but we are very closely linked. We work in tandem with them. We assist them with marketing, and where we can in terms of production, we try to assist them as well. We facilitate things, many factors for them, so like waivers and so on. We work with them so that they can produce their festivals. Most of them have good tight-knit teams and have been doing it for many years, and then we have that close collaboration that we come together with them, we help, we give advice and so on, and from a technical production standpoint, and also just from an event coordination standpoint.
Time we approached the St. Lucia Tourist Board and said, listen, we're doing jazz on the bay, was a no-brainer for them. Immediately they jumped on board. I can remember speaking to an enthusiastic Hale Harvey, at the time, and throughout our telephone conversation, I felt Hale's passion. You understand? For the development of jazz in the communities. And for the tourist board itself, it was like a no-brainer. They pretty much jumped on board immediately. They advertised Jazz on the Bay in all their paraphernalia, on their websites and stuff like that. So it was very, very, very easy.
We normally kick off around September, thereabout, and intensify in January of the year of the jazz. But it's the real intense moments are the month before the event, where you make final preparations if try to get everything in order.
We've seen people from the community, the vendors are already coming together, and they're asking how do we get involved. Canaries is already infused with the whole jazz event. So it's just a blessing for us in a certain way that we're getting involved, because now we could see our money working back for us, through the community, and we want to help Canaries now move into bigger and better things.
So whatever I could do to assist, I gladly do it, and I do it with an open heart.
Yeah, and because the proceeds, it comes back to the community, especially around that time. What happened, our vendors, we were solely for Mabuya and Denry, but now we have extended as far as Miku. And then we have some vendors from Castries, because sometimes, people figure out they can't take part this time, so we open it. So we have vendors from all over. So we continue to do it because we have the love for people and country.
There's a buzz in Marigot Bay about Jazz on the Bay. We are excited to do this thing, and we're hoping to transpose some of that excitement to your viewers. Anybody pretty much will hear the sound of our voices.
Exactly.
We have a stellar lineup.
That's right. We have still a local lineup.
Local lineup.
Yes, and I think we have the best ones. We have some of the best performers that you could possibly get to come down to perform to your tea time jazz, and of course your evening entertainment jazz.
And additionally, on the St. Lucia, you find persons in Marigot are some of the friendliest people you will meet.
One of the key benefits and value of the festival is the ability to showcase our local artistry. And so we've really tried in all of the, year on year, to really ensure that we are showcasing our local musicians in the best way possible.
Yeah, we start to seek out, the activities to find out where, we can get, where we can get in. And then we also have situations where we're called. And in fact, for Jazz in the South, we were actually called for that gig, and then, a couple other things that we've been looking at as well. So it goes either way. But we always prepare our minds very early in the year to be involved one way or another. And that means putting our band together.
Yeah, then we make the phone calls.
To
decide who's available to play for us. So make the phone calls to the guys and see who wants to come on board, what is it going to cost us, and all this kind of thing.
The rehearsal sessions, clearly, it's increasingly difficult thanks to this chappie over here, because he's groovy soca monarch and a rising artist, and who obviously we're very proud of. But of course, that puts a lot of demands on his time in the context of what he does with us. Alibi, Teddy's a drummer, very talented at that. And so it's a matter of synchronizing the schedules, trying to find out how we can make the schedules work within all the things that we are doing. The best thing is to try to be efficient with the little time that we have, and to plan ahead. So basically we know exactly what it is we're doing, we listen in advance. So it's a little bit of that, but because as well too we also write our own music. That puts a little more pressure, because in a sense it's a matter of using the festival or the performances as an opportunity to showcase, to test our new material on a hopefully an appreciative audience as well too.
We've tried to create these cross collaborations with locals and international artists and locals and regional artists, and I think some of the fringe as well have I would venture to say have been more successful at times than we have in making those fantastic collaborations happen, and putting them forth for St. Lucia to see, so that it's an experience that you'll never get anywhere else. And I think that is what more than ever we want to happen for our local musicians, to get them on the stage, to get them that exposure, but to get them that exposure to other musicians and the linkages and the collaborations and the networking that can happen.
Jazz Behind the Scenes is brought to you by St. Lucia Electricity Services, Cotex, Holiday Taxi, Lens Express, and Heineken.